Devin Leary, 35 touchdowns, 5 picks for a team that went 9-3 last year. NC State in a kind of an intriguing chic pick for a lot of people to make a run at the ACC championship.
You've mentioned this before about how your, I guess we'll use the word hesitation for Dave Doeren, the head coach at NC State. I believe, does he still have an under 500 record?
In the ACC, absolutely.
ACC, I believe he does. So I guess that would be my hesitation at this rate. And don't get me wrong, I am one of the people who is drinking the Kool-Aid on NC State. I have them predict this upcoming season to go 9-3 this in the 2022 season. So okay. I just, I'll drink that Kool-Aid, but also at the same point, I think they are a team that has they are a lot of the same ways like what we've talked about in previous shows about Florida State and Miami. NC State, Devin Leary has the talent to win 9 games this season. They also have the ability to make stupid plays and make stupid decisions and end up being 7-5, 6-6. That's what's interesting right now about the ACC. You look at an ACC, can Clemson win 11 or 12 games in the regular season? Absolutely. Could Clemson also slip up and win 8 or 9? Absolutely as well. There is no real team right now, if you look at the ACC, that you say is a bona fide playoff contending team right now.
If you go to my main channel and search Dave Doeren, you will find 2 scathing videos that I have posted about Dave Doeren, but they're a few years old now. So let's understand, Dave Doeren in the ACC the past 2 years is 13-5. Prior to that, he was 21-35 in the ACC. 21-35. That's a 37% winning percentage in conference. He was NC State basically built a formula of going 3-5 in the conference, winning all the non-conference, lousy non-conference games against the likes of the East Carolina and Richmond and Old Dominion, and getting to bowl games at 7-5. That was the formula.
It worked.
It worked to get to a bowl game.
It worked, yes. And you got the bowl game, you got the payday. I mean, you also have to look at it from what NC State was at that point. Remember, we're talking about NC State teams over the past, the late last part of the 2010s into the year 2020, the pandemic year, where Clemson was dominating the conference and everyone was trying to finish second place at that rate and don't get killed by Clemson. So, as long as you're finishing 7-5, 8-4, you're doing okay.
So as Colin Cowherd often says, you can change your opinion based on new information. Well, the new information is 2 good seasons, not elite seasons, but really good seasons. 9-3 last year, 6-2 in the conference. So if they continue to perform at that level and knock on the door in the ACC, my review of Dave Doeren's performance is changing. Now, in your 9-3 forecast, are all 3 of those losses coming in the ACC from what you remember?
I think it all depends. Oh, well, for NC State this coming
your prediction?
Yeah, I've got NC State losing to Syracuse, Louisville, and Virginia Tech.
This is what I love about you, Jason. There will be – so my first response internally about that Syracuse game was, are you crazy? They're not losing to Syracuse. But you know what, folks out there who are thinking the same thing as I am, there will be upsets in the college football season. Significant upsets.
You cannot guarantee me right now, if you look at right now, we'll talk about it during one of my hot takes later when I predict who will play the ACC championship game. There is an ACC right now. There will be maybe one team that has double-digit wins this upcoming season. Because the circle of suck in the ACC that we talked about last year, with the fact that you have a Florida State team that finished here with a losing record and beat Miami in the season for the first time since 1974, that's part of the circle of suck. You're going to have plenty of games this season where I guarantee you NC State will lose to a Syracuse team. They're probably a better team on paper than Louisville. And they'll lose both those games and go, how the hell did we lose to Syracuse? How the hell did we lose to Louisville? That's going to be their point.